Happy Friday, America, and happy birthday, America. 249 years of independence. We the people going full America on this one. We're always America here on Happy Friday, America. It just so happened to line up perfectly right here on the 4th of July, 2025. My name, Kevin Badstone. So good to be back in the studio. Thanks for everyone that supports all the programs on this YouTube channel. Let's let her rip, Tater Chip. I'm bringing in my man, Arthur Rapid Fire Raw.
Hey, rapid fire raw, and if you do a burst fire, then you stay more accurate. So don't expel yourself so quickly. Take your time, burst fire the shots. Let's hit it. What we hitting next, Kev?
Today in history, Art, we got July 4th. Obviously, we know what happened on this day on 1776.
Hey, it's a big one. So according to popular legend, the Liberty Bell rings for the Second Continental Congress in 1776. Also on this blessed day, the U.S. Congress proclaims the Declaration of Independence and independence from Great Britain. I do believe that Great Britain, more countries have claimed independence from Great Britain than any other country. I believe that is a fact, but you can double check me on that. And then I didn't know this one, but 1796 was the first Independence Day celebration.
So 20 years.
Yeah, so I had no idea about that, but that was when it first happened. And then also in 1803, the Louisiana Purchase is announced to the American people by President Thomas Jefferson. And since it's the 4th of July, it got me kind of thinking, this one is not today in history, but it has to do with fireworks. So, Heaven, when do you believe fireworks were invented? Like, where and when do you think the first fireworks happened?
Well, we discovered fire pretty early, and so explosives had to have been the next kind of talking point. I would imagine, back then they were probably using bamboo to make these things work.
Did you read it before I deleted things?
No, I didn't read anything. I have no idea where, and I have no idea when. If I were to guess a time, I would say it has to be somewhere in BC.
Because I had bamboo in there, and I deleted it.
No bamboo.
So that's actually spot on.
In
the
BC?
The very first fireworks, 200 BC, were bamboo that was thrown into fire.
I feel like I've heard this before.
To explode.
Yeah.
And so the very first fireworks actually were before the discovery of gunpowder. So
that's amazing.
That's an interesting fact. Happy 4th of July, America. That's July 4th in history.
I feel like I knew something about that, though, Art. I think I had some weird, knowledge saved.
You did? No, once you hit bamboo, I was like, this dude read it before I deleted it.
I didn't read it, but great way to start this thing off, America, baby. And a lot of people are traveling for the summertime. A lot of vacations are happening right now. Well, let me tell you what's going on at TSA. It's hot right now. People have swamp crotch, ball rot, whatever you want to call it, some from under, some sweat from down under.
Okay.
And what is happening with this is it's setting off the body scanners at the airport.
Well, like the one where you go in there and you're standing.
It's triggering because what these things do is they will pick up moisture. So if you had like a water bottle or something like that on you, hence why you can't bring that shit through, it's going to pick it up. And so people that have excessive amounts of sweat in that area, right? I mean, obviously it could be common under the armpits and stuff. There's some obvious things there.
Yeah.
It's setting it off. And so they're having to go in for that, that real intimate, where they use the back of their hands and they give you the pat down.
Oh, but they're definitely gloved up.
I wouldn't want to be touching people.
Gloved up.
Double glove, baby.
Yeah.
Double glove. But in any case, so it's setting it off. It's not because of metal piercings. It's not because of the contraband or people trying to sneak things through. It is simply because they've got some sweaty balls.
So that's disgusting, first of all. Second of all, it has to happen more in places that have high humidity.
Sure.
They have to have more of those triggers in the TSA and those sort of airports.
Yes. The bottom line is these scanners mistake sweat for threats because it disrupts the millimeter wave signals.
Huh.
So any body sweat, but particularly in that area, that's where people try to get contraband through. Yeah. So, basically they're just suggesting take, measures to keep your balls or whatever down there kind of dry, whether that's baby powder, moisture wicking underwear, or other things to kind of keep this thing moving through the sweaty TSA airport.
Yeah, what I'll say to that is during the summer months, when it gets especially hot, I do use some baby powder, and that is Relief Central.
Gold Bond.
Yeah, whichever one. No, I do the Burt's Bees.
I haven't used that one.
You got like the Burt's Bees one, but then we could go down that rabbit hole. Is any of this stuff healthy to use?
Probably
Like,
not, but I will
you
say
know,
Manscaped has it figured out with their ball preserver.
I thought you said that was like messing up
No.
pH.
That was the ball deodorant.
Oh
The
yeah, don't
preserver
use
is
it.
like it's a spritz.
See, I'm not doing that. I'm not
Okay,
going to be using that stuff.
I'm telling you, it works fantastic.
You're using that?
Yeah,
Really?
yeah. It's good.
Okay.
Manscaped free plug.
Okay. Well, there's that. I'm gonna next jump into a happy Friday, 4th of July story time with Arthur Raw.
Oh, this
And
will be fun.
and I'm gonna tell a story about my father and I. I was a younger
To the
lad.
captain.
Yeah. Thank you, Lee Raw, my father. What a fantastic father he's been. But I was a younger guy, like I was probably like what, 12 to 14 in that age range. We lived on a 5-acre property with a lot of fields. And fireworks in Colorado can be illegal sometimes, but we had the setup. We had the mortar launcher and like the thunk. So we were like shooting them up, having
The
a
good
fun
shit.
time. We were having a good time with it. My dad, he likes to prepare. He likes to be prepared.
Smart.
And this is going to become a key part of this story. So we're out there lighting these fireworks. We're having fun. Thunk, thunk. And then like it's in between sets and we're just hanging out. And then there's like fields out where we live and hills and stuff. And then we can kind of like look and we see like an orange hue over this hill that's very close to us. And we're like, oh shit, like, what is that? And then so we like go and walk over this hill. It's like 500 feet away, not that far, but like we walk over this hill and we can see, oh shit, there's a fire. Like the mortars that we were setting off lit the field on fire.
It's dry, yeah.
So the moral of the story, there is a point to this story. So we go running, and I was talking about preparation. My dad had like the most absurd, longest hose hooked up,
Like a 500-foot hose.
like absolutely absurdly long. And fucking we used it. We like turned on the hose and it ran all the way out there.
Damn,
And
that's a
so
serious hose.
we actually did prevent like
A wildfire.
a field fire, and there's like houses, it was like 5-acre properties, and no one ever found out. No one ever called the fire department.
What year was this?
I don't know what year it was. I was like 12 to 14.
Okay.
But the moral of this story is be prepared this 4th of July.
I think that's good.
Have some water on hand. If you have extra long hoses, have them hooked up, have it ready to put out anything, stay safe.
Yeah.
But that was just a little happy Friday story time of when my father and I set a field on fire and then put it out, and it's a wild memory.
That is a wild story, and it's a good reminder, being that it is 4th of July. A lot of people are setting stuff on fire today. They're blowing shit up. Can't really do that here in Colorado. We have probably the lamest fireworks in the country. Folks go up to Cheyenne, Wyoming, and they buy them up there. They have the cool fireworks. There's this place where I grew up in New England called Phantom Fireworks. We used to go there and spend ridiculous amounts of money, bottle rockets and all this cool shit, lighting them off up at the high school like soccer field and stuff. Great memories, but yeah, be safe with the fireworks out there.
For sure. Prepare for it. We got to prepare for it.
Got to prepare for it. I'll tell you someone who is ultra prepared. We have a 21-year-old British woman who rowed 4,366 miles across the Atlantic Ocean, becoming the youngest person to ever do so. In a 24-foot boat, she rowed 4,366 miles, which would equate to 3,794 nautical miles, to Cayenne, French Guiana. And this trip lasted 97 days, 10 hours, and 20 minutes. And she would sleep only 90 minutes at a time, rowing 17 hours out of the day.
Where did this journey start?
So it ended in Cayenne, French Guiana, across the Atlantic there.
So,
and she's a British woman, so she set sail outside of Great Britain.
And she rowed
a 24-foot boat by herself.
What kind of
3,794 nautical miles?
What kind of upper body arm strength does this lady have?
Oh, it's
How
incredible.
do you row a 24-foot boat by yourself?
Oh yeah, she's a beast.
So like, I got to see this boat. I got to see this setup.
Yeah, click on the link down below, folks. You can take a look at it, or you can pull it up live action.
Yeah, I want to.
And you can kind of see what's going on. But the crazy part for me is she didn't sleep for more than 90 minutes at a time and would row for over 17 hours. Obviously, she brought provisions and various things. It wasn't like she was fishing off the side of this thing. She came prepared with the food and the necessary things. But man, what a journey. That isn't just impressive. Battling the conditions of the sea, now navigating the channels of the ships and the storms. I mean, Bravo.
Yeah, I mean, talking about having courage and confidence to get out there, do something like that. Once you finally touch land again, like you just gotta. How do you compete with that for your next journey?
That's the
Like,
thing.
bravo for sure.
Yeah.
That's an awesome record.
That's a great record. I wish I had her name. The article didn't list her first and last name. So
21-year-old
hopefully
British woman. Yeah, is
hopefully
all it says.
if
No,
she
Zara.
is it there?
Zara
Oh yeah,
Lachlan.
there it is.
Zara Lachlan.
Zara Lachlan. She's out of Lagos, Portugal. No, she set out from Lagos,
There we
Portugal,
go.
and then went to Cayenne, French Guinea.
Wow.
So yeah, more in the link down below on this, but just an incredible story.
No, that is an awesome one. I really enjoy that. Next, we're gonna hop into a 4th of July themed Would You Rather. But before we do that, we got to jump into the results from 2 weeks ago. And thanks everybody for staying patient with us on that. So the last Would You Rather was heat related.
It was.
Would you rather have to hang out all day outside in a winter coat or sleep in the heat, like major hot without any sort of AC or fan? You and
Yeah.
I both opted into wearing the coat.
Yeah, we did.
Where's America sit on this?
Well, at least it's not 50-50 this time. America went 2/3 majority. 67% of America are with us. They're wearing the winter coat outdoors, and only 33% saying they're taking no AC, no fan. You people are wild doing the no AC, no fan.
That is crazy.
I know people that would though.
I took this to market. Most people said they were going to wear the coat. People, we need our sleep.
We need our sleep, and it's just different
Even
times.
if it's only 90 minutes at a time.
A lot of parts of the world, I think, can pull it off. Where they like Cambodia. I always think about Cambodia, just how hot and humid it is down there, and they live in like these, huts and these stick little,
You're just acclimated.
You're living in this heat and thick humidity.
That's a major acclimation.
It is. So, thanks for participating. What do we got this week? We got 4th of July related?
Yeah, I'm going food theme this week at the 4th of July cookout. What you going with? Okay, you could only have the hot dogs or the hamburgers. However,
that's a tough one.
However, it's the best hot dog with any fixings in the world that you want, or it's the best hamburger with any of the fixings that you would want.
Top shelf mustard?
So TSM on the hot dog, on the hamburger. Are you only eating the dogs or are you only eating the burgers? And then I have a veggie-based one next.
Now, before I answer this is specifically at the grill out, so I can still eat hamburgers like another time?
Yeah, no, this is just for the 4th of July. Okay, you can only eat one type of food.
All right, because
at the event.
With that new piece of information in mind, because I love cheeseburgers. It's one of my favorite things ever. But at the cookout, I'm going hot dogs in honor of Joey Chestnut.
Okay.
And Nathan's, national hot dog eating competition always takes place on the 4th. And I just like hot dogs because you can do one with like mustard. You can do the next one with onions and sauerkraut. You can have fun with it. And you can eat 2 or 3 of them. Burgers, I get pretty full after like 1.
Yeah, with the burger, I'm going with the burger. I thought about this one.
I figured.
But I just want a single with cheese, sometimes just with pickles and like
it's good.
Ketchup and mustard,
so good.
Simple burgers, not a lot of fixings, but then you could get it all up. I'm salivating. Hey, but if you're vegetarian, I didn't leave you out. So if you're not eating burgers or dogs, you have to put up potato salad versus pasta salad.
That's a no-brainer for me. I mean, I love them both, but come on, baby. Red Bliss, give me that potato salad.
Oh, I'm going pasta salad all day on the veggie option. So we actually went opposite on both of these.
On both, yeah.
Kevin is with the hot dogs. I got the hamburgers. He's going potato salad. I'm going pasta salad. Where are you going, America? Let us know in the comments below or on Twitter, aka X.
Yeah,
actually X, aka Twitter.
Yeah, it still kind of goes by both.
Either or.
People know either way. It's at Happy Fry USA. Take the poll, let us know so we can share the results with America next week. All right, well, let's keep it moving. So, a couple of bears, some fun animals here. Man, these bears, we got to have our furry friends and our wildlife news, right? I like to find you like to doing the beavers and the raccoons and all these other animals.
Hey, if it's beaver related, I know it's
going
Happy
in.
Friday material.
So, 2 bears, not one cave. Wrong show here, folks. 2 bears escaped out of the Wildwood, Southwest England enclosure. They found a week's worth of honey supply that they feed these bears. These bears were smart. They went on a binge and ate all the snacks and all the honey and then passed out into a deep sleep. Okay. And there's like TV footage of it. Click the link down below. You can see some pictures of these bears getting all rambunctious, going after this honey. Like you could tell they were both like, yeah, let's do this. And they just devour 7 days worth of honey and then just pass out and fall asleep. And so they were already sedated so much that it was easy to get them back into their enclosures with the bells and the other techniques that they use. But I found this one to be kind of funny. It made me laugh. These were Albanian brown bears. They were moved to the Wildwood in 2021. And apparently, these incidents happen a lot, but, these mischievous siblings, they're calling them, went for the honey heist.
The honey heist, bare necessities. I mean, it's super primal. Like,
Yeah.
you think about some of the most primal things. We're talking fire. We're talking intercourse. We're talking overeating and passing out. Like, all those are in there, I would say. That's all primal stuff.
Certainly is.
And, man, I have been in that mood where I just want to eat the shittiest food and do what these bears did. That sounds amazing.
Wake up looking like that polar bear with his hair's flying off and stuff. He's all like shaking it out.
After my infinite hamburgers at the cookout with my pasta salad, I'm going to go into a deep hibernation, sleep right through the fireworks, baby.
Oh, yeah. No, you can't sleep through the fireworks, baby. That's part of the best day.
I mean, you've seen fireworks. You've seen fireworks. It's
true.
Like,
it's true, but there's something epic about it.
But what do you think? Okay, so random would you rather? Would you rather see fireworks or a drone show?
Fireworks.
But you've seen fireworks 1,000 times.
I've seen drone shows too.
But not 1,000 times.
Not 1,000 times.
It's newer.
No, I'd rather go with explosives.
You get a greater variety. Well, can you get a greater variety with drones? Because they have all sorts of fireworks.
Yeah, I don't know. I think fireworks are fun. It's traditional. It's very American. Let's blow some shit up. The drone shows are cool. I saw one over Texas Motor Speedway. That was kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'm taking the fireworks on that one.
It's a little slower moving too. It's less spectacular because it's just
yeah.
So whereas the fireworks are boom, you can hear.
Yeah, and then you got like the grand finale, like it's coming, and it's just going off.
I got to go fireworks too on that one.
Yeah,
who's kidding who? Who's kidding who?
Yeah, going fireworks, man.
Hey, but I'm with the bears, overeating, sleeping. Who doesn't love doing that? Super primal. Next, we're going to jump into something that is the exact opposite of primal. We're talking more AI, and this time we're talking about autonomous robots that are versing each other in soccer in Beijing. One of the very first autonomous AI sport events, and apparently this is actually going to set the stage for the 2025 World Humanoid Robot Sports Games coming to Beijing in August. So there's like a whole new arena of sports that is now opened up.
I don't like it.
And this is the first event, which is a 3v3 soccer bout. And what happened here is these two teams of three, they were both created by different universities out in China, and there was no human intervention. These robots were versing, playing against each other. The final score was 5-3. And they were falling, getting up on their own, chasing the ball. It's kind of fun to spectate, but thousands of people showed up to this, and we officially have had the first autonomous AI robot sports event that has happened.
I don't like it.
I mean, it happened.
I mean, that's fine.
Why don't you like it, Kevin?
I'm not saying it shouldn't exist. Like, I'm not saying ban the AI robot, sporting event here, but I'm not going to attend it.
Yeah, I mean, it was pretty fun to see, but it really does. I mean, there's all these concerns with the AI stuff, right?
I mean, we're just seeing it
but it's a fun event. Did you watch the quick clip?
I didn't watch it.
Well, like Kev said earlier, you could click on the link below.
Yeah, click on that link.
And it's actually pretty fun to watch. They look like toddlers out there trying to, coordinate and do things. They weren't doing the best job. It was a slow-paced game, but with all the AI talk, it was worthy to make it to the show. So now we have robotic. Watch, in 2030, there's going to be robot Olympics.
Oh, guaranteed.
And then it's like, are we going to verse humans against the robots?
It'll be man versus machine.
And then it's okay. So that's where it begins. Is sports related, and then that's where the war starts. The AI war.
Rise against the machines, man. Terminator called it, and it's going to line in right up with the way that James Cameron wrote it. So stay tuned for that because it's going to be a wild ride. All right, time for my dumbass of the week. We got a contender. I don't have his name. A 34-year-old man from New South Wales. This shit's ridiculous, Art. This guy really, really did some nasty things here. We're talking about cattle theft, animal cruelty, fraud, and more theft. So he was charged on 20 offenses. Okay, he arranged a fraudulent sale back in January of 2024, transferring 114 cattle, which included 45 full-blooded Wagyu cows, which Wagyu obviously has a very high value.
Aren't those just like baby cows?
No, those are Japanese cows. And
Oh,
so
that's venison.
right, venison is a baby cow. Um, and so basically what he did is he worked for this guy, right? He worked for this vet and was like kind of his right-hand man, and found a loophole to do a transfer of sale, and then was basically selling the bull semen. He was collecting, because that's obviously, high goods in the cattle industry,
Mm-hmm.
right? You got to inseminate these cows, and they got to produce little calves and all that kind of stuff. So a long investigation that went into this. They finally got a search warrant, and they were able to find a liquid nitrogen tank holding all of this Wagyu bull semen valued at over 100 grand. Breeding embryos, all this shit. The man has been charged. They're going to throw the book at him, Art. It's just no good.
Well, he doesn't sound like a dumbass. First of all,
fair,
because if he's like,
but he's a criminal.
He's a criminal,
which makes you a dumbass.
That got caught. He's like, he has the wrong priorities, but the dude was definitely like,
he was thinking
espionage-ish.
Oh, yeah, I mean, he wasn't really spying, but he was
spying. He was espionaging this scenario and finding the exploits.
Yeah, he he fabricated a sale that wasn't real.
For a while, he was like doing espionage on the company.
Well, maybe. I mean, I guess you could say that. I don't know why you're trying to work in espionage so much today, but the fact remains.
What are you talking about?
The fact remains that he pulled some shiesty shit, and you know what? It caught up to him. And it's not worth it, because whatever his 100 grand, whatever he would have make, because now he's going to owe all that. He's going to go to jail, and he probably won't work in the cattle market again.
Yeah, you can find different ways to find thrills other than breaking the law. There's different ways to have fun and push the envelope that's legal. So there's that. And then also, I don't care who you're talking to, what you did, you're going to have to pay the price for everything.
Yes, even if it is bull semen.
Yes, and even, look, if you're doing good, then you're going to receive the goodness. But if you're doing bad, then you're going to pay the price for your mistakes.
This is true.
I am walking evidence of that statement.
This is very true. You got to walk the walk, Don't break the law. Of course, we can bend the rules a little bit. There's always a gray area. Just don't do criminal activity.
Yeah, get that out of here.
No criminal activity. Look, it's the 4th of July, Art. It's going to be a great day. We got Joey the Jaws Chestnut. We're minutes away from the Coney Island Nathan's hot dog eating competition. Come on, Joey. I want to see you not only take your 17th mustard belt, I want to see you break the record of 72 wieners or more in 10 minutes.
Yep, and you'll probably be eating a hot dog with that solid lad while that happens.
Well,
are you going to be eating hot dogs?
Not while Joey's eating them.
No?
No, I don't think so. I'll eat a hot dog after, I guess.
Yeah.
There'll be a lot of hot dogs consumed today and tomorrow.
All I know is I'm going to have a great time with some family, watching some fireworks, and that's what it's all about this weekend, is celebrating. Excuse me. Is celebrating this country and celebrating our freedom, because we really, truly do have a lot of freedoms here in the United States.
We the people, Independence Day, baby. Doesn't matter what your political beliefs are, any of that nonsense. Get that out of here. We're all Americans. Let's enjoy the day. Let's get along. Let's have some fun. Let's fucking send some bottle rockets up. Let's let a rip, Tater Chip. NASCAR is on the streets of Chicago this week for the last time. We're going to be moving to San Diego next year. That's not official yet, but we tune in to Mash the Gas for the official announcement on that. Streets of downtown Chicago should be a good one.
It should be a good one, and it's going to be a great weekend. You should also hit that subscribe button and follow us, support us here. We appreciate everyone so much. Let's bring it in, Frickashinas.